You're Yang Guifei, and your beauty is so dazzling it's blamed for sparking a rebellion that nearly destroys the Tang Dynasty. Draped in silk, you lounge in a palace where every glance could rewrite history. Your life is a whirlwind of lychees delivered by imperial horses and baths in pink jade tubs. Yet, your charm comes with a deadly price. Will you embrace this power, or fear its consequences? Step into the golden age of China and find out. You kick off life in 719, born in Sichuan province, right in the Tang Dynasty's dazzling prime. Your dad, Yang Xuanzong, is a census official, so you're comfy, but not exactly rolling in royal riches. Sadly, tragedy hits hard when your father passes away early. You're whisked off to your uncle's lively household, buzzing with family. There, you grow up alongside 3 older sisters, all poised for big things. But you're the star who steals the show. By 16, your beauty's the hottest gossip in Sichuan. Poets can't stop raving, saying your smile blooms like a peony in spring. You live in a classic Tang elite home, a wooden house with a charming courtyard. Every meal's a rice party, jazzed up with fish and veggies, all cooked in a quirky 3-legged dingpot. At night, you crash in a simple room on a wooden bed, dreaming of a future way bigger than your small-town roots. Here's a jaw-dropper. Your curvy figure is the Tang Dynasty's idea of perfection, a total shift from the twig, thin ideals of older times. You're not just a pretty face, though. At 16, you tie the knot with Lychee, Emperor Xuanzong's son, landing you a spot as an imperial concubine. Life in the prince's palace is cozy, but not over the top, with silk robes and jade hairpins as your new best friends. You also pick up music and dance, strumming the lute like a pro, setting the stage to wow the emperor himself. Every day you light incense at the family shrine, a quiet nod to your ancestors, a must-do in Tang homes. It's a simple ritual, but it keeps you grounded. Your days are filled with learning and charm, and you're already turning heads. Little do you know, your talents and beauty are about to catapult you into the imperial spotlight. Sichuan's just the start. Your story's about to get wild. In 745, you're at the Huaqing hot springs when Emperor Xuanzong, a spry 60-year-old, locks eyes with you and is completely smitten. Here's the wild part. He's so obsessed that he demands his son, your husband Lychee, hand you over. Talk about a royal soap opera. This move sends the court into a frenzy, with everyone whispering about the scandal. To dodge the gossip, you pull a clever trick and briefly become a Taoist nun named Taizhen. It's a loophole that keeps the critics quiet, and you're back in the game in no time. Soon you're crowned Guifei, or noble consort, a fancy title invented just for you. This makes you the top consort, outranking every other lady in the emperor's circle. The emperor can't stop spoiling you, showering you with gold jewelry and silk gowns that shimmer like moonlight. You even score your own private wing in the palace, a total upgrade from your old digs. Your new home is a stunner, with walls decked out in calligraphy and vibrant paintings. You're living the Tang Dynasty dream, and it's just getting started. Your daily life is now pure luxury. You bathe in a pink jade tub at the Huaqing hot springs, a spot usually reserved for emperors. Your meals are next level, with rare delicacies piled high on gold plates. Think feasts fit for a foodie's wildest fantasies. You're not just eating, you're dining like royalty. And the emperor's obsession means you're the center of attention, with every servant ready to make your day perfect. Your family rides your coattails to the top. Your uncle and cousins snag high-ranking jobs, strutting around like they own the place. Your mom gets the title Lady of Liang, and your sisters are dubbed Ladies of Han, Guo, and Qin. Suddenly, officials are tripping over themselves to win your family's favor, tossing bribes of silk and silver your way. Your influence is skyrocketing, and you're not just a consort, you're a power player in the Tang court. You wake up to the sweet smell of incense, with servants already prepping your morning bath. You slip into the Huaqing hot springs, where the water's perfumed with frankincense and cloves, like a spa day fit for a goddess. A splash of lime and sweet gum keeps you glowing and healthy. Then, you slide into a silk gown embroidered with peonies, handcrafted by 700 artisans just for you. Your gold leaf tiara sparkles so bright, it practically blinds everyone in the palace. You're not just waking up, you're stealing the show before breakfast. At midday, you dine with the emperor in a fancy hall that smells like pepper, a flex of pure wealth. Your plates piled with wild dishes, steamed bear paws, roasted swan, and even purple camel hump meat. Here's the crazy part. Your favorite snack, lychees, gets rushed 1,000 miles from southern China by a relay of imperial horses. One delivery costs more than a commoner makes in a year. Talk about a fruit addiction. You wash it down with tea, a Tang Dynasty trend, brewed in a fancy ceremony. Every bite and sip screams, "I'm royalty." Come evening, you're the star of the show, singing and dancing to lute tunes for the emperor. Your moves are so smooth, they inspire poet Lychee to scribble odes about you. At night, you crash on a silk bed with jade pillows, said to keep you young forever. Your room's got painted mention gods on the doors to scare off bad vibes. The emperor often swings by, spending hours lost in your charm. Your days are a whirlwind of luxury, and you're loving every second. Your palace is straight out of a fairy tale, with jade floors and silk curtains in every room. You eat with rhino horn chopsticks, a flex so rare even royals are jealous. Your closet's packed with over 100 silk gowns, each one a masterpiece that took months to make. You rock a hezi bodice, a fashion you basically invented, turning heads everywhere. Your jewelry box is overflowing with pearls, jade, and gold hairpins gifted by foreign envoys. With 50 servants' maids, musicians, you name it, you're living like a rock star. Here's a wild fact. Poet Lychee says, "Your face is like flowers, and your hair like clouds," and the whole empire agrees. You throw epic banquets with acrobats, poets, and musicians, showing off Tang culture like a pro. Your favorite hobby? Strolling through palace gardens, surrounded by peonies that match your vibe. You even hire artists to paint your portrait, some making you look like a straight-up goddess. Your life's a parade of indulgence, and you're the Grand Marshal. You're not just a pretty face, you're whispering advice to the emperor, nudging court decisions your way. You hook up your cousin Yang Guifei with the emperor, and boom, he's a top minister. By 750, your family's raking in millions of silver taels thanks to your clout. Officials are showering your household with land, gold, and spices just to stay on your good side. Your sister's palaces are almost as fancy as yours, all because of your influence. You're basically the Tang Dynasty's ultimate power broker. You play peacemaker among the consorts, winning friends but also making a few enemies. Here's the shocker. The emperor's so obsessed with you, he skips state duties just to chill in your palace. Historians later point fingers, saying your charm distracted him and weakened the dynasty. You also hang out with General Anlushan, a court bigwig, which sparks some juicy rumors. Your family's power makes everyone jealous, and you can feel trouble brewing. Your life's a high-stakes game, and you're playing it like a champ. In 755, the Anlushan rebellion explodes, led by General Anlushan, and the whole Tang Empire starts crumbling. Your cousin Yang Guifei's cocky attitude gets the blame for lighting the fuse. You and the emperor bolt from Chang'an, racing towards Sichuan in a frantic getaway. Your once glamorous life is now a mess of dusty roads and fear. The palace? A distant memory. You're in survival mode, and it's a rough wake-up call. Your daily routine? Forget silk beds, you're crashing in flimsy tents with the wind whistling through. Meals are a sad downgrade. Plain rice and water, shared with grumpy, exhausted soldiers. No more lychees or gold plates for you. The Imperial guards are fuming, pointing fingers at you and your family for the chaos. Their glares say it all. They think you're the reason everything's falling apart. Life on the run is no joke, and you're feeling the heat. Here's the gut punch. In 756, at Mawei, the guards hit their breaking point and demand your death. They're convinced you caused the rebellion, and they're not messing around. The emperor, torn apart, gives in and orders his eunuch, Lychee, to end it. A silk cord becomes your final curtain, and just like that, you're gone at 37. Your death slams the door on the Tang's golden age. It's a brutal end to a dazzling life, and the empire feels the shockwaves. The emperor, crushed, steps down and spends his last years in a fog of grief. He visits your portrait every day, like you're still there, Shen Yun. A Taoist mystic later claims he found you chilling in a heavenly palace, even sending back a broken hairpin as proof. True or not, it keeps your legend alive. Your story ends in tragedy, but the Tang Dynasty and history will never forget you. Your curvy figure was the Tang Dynasty's dream look, though some cheeky folks called you rotund. You owned that vibe, turning heads everywhere. A stone carving of your dainty right hand still chills at Xi'an Palace, proof of your elegance. Your lychee craze was wild, with fruit zipping 1,000 miles from southern China in days. One shipment cost enough to feed a village for a month. You turned fruit runs into a royal power move, and everyone was obsessed. A juicy rumor claims you dodged death and sailed to Japan, living it up at Nagoya's Atsuta Shrine. They had a spring and a gate, Shunko-mon, just for you, until war trashed the gate. Your epic love story sparked Japan's The Tale of Genji, a classic about tragic romance. In China, your life got eternal props in the poem Song of Everlasting Sorrow. Your hezi bodice became a fashion must-have for Tang's fancy ladies. Your legend never faded. Plays like Rain on the Phoenix Tree and the Palace of Eternal Youth kept your romance alive through the centuries. Today, you're a cosmic queen in the game Fate, Grand Order, tied to some outer space vibe. People compare you to Helen of Troy and Cleopatra for your empire-shaking charm. A statue of you as the goddess Kannon stands in Kyoto's Senryuji Temple. Your influence made your family crazy rich, locking in your spot in Tang history. Your curvy figure was the Tang Dynasty's dream look, though some cheeky folks called you rotund. You owned that vibe, turning heads everywhere. A stone carving of your dainty right hand still chills at Xi'an Palace, proof of your elegance. Your lychee craze was wild, with fruit zipping 1,000 miles from southern China in days. One shipment cost enough to feed a village for a month. You turned fruit runs into a royal power move, and everyone was obsessed. A juicy rumor claims you dodged death and sailed to Japan, living it up at Nagoya's Atsuta Shrine. They had a spring and a gate, Shunko-mon, just for you, until war trashed the gate. Your epic love story sparked Japan's The Tale of Genji, a classic about tragic romance. In China, your life got eternal props in the poem Song of Everlasting Sorrow. Your hezi bodice became a fashion must-have for Tang's fancy ladies. Your legend never faded. Plays like Rain on the Phoenix Tree and the Palace of Eternal Youth kept your romance alive through the centuries. Today you're a cosmic queen in the game Fate, Grand Order, tied to some outer space vibe. People compare you to Helen of Troy and Cleopatra for your empire-shaking charm. A statue of you as the goddess Kannon stands in Kyoto's Senryuji Temple. Your influence made your family crazy rich, locking in your spot in Tang history.